So as I'm out here trying not to let my bald head burn, or at least get turned into a candy cane, get striped, there's just if we see these price fluctuations on Pulse, there's like two big clear like mental mistakes I think people are making. I want to hit on both of them real quick. The first one, when it comes to investing, we tend to think that we're buying things like when we buy goods, not like we should think about them as we buy an investment. So we have a mental state of you get what you pay for, you pay for quality, you buy nice things. The issue is when we're looking at investments, we're not really trying to buy that asset. If you're looking at an investment vehicle, it's not that I want. It's the exposure to the price, the area under the curve, that space for growth. That's what I'm looking for, right? So if we look at these things the way so many people do in crypto, because we don't understand, we just look at a chart. So if a chart's down, that thing's no good. That's how we see it. It's inexpensive, it's cheap, it's wrecked, it's all these things, right? That's what you want in investment. You want something low, you want it under max pain, you want it with all the area to improve and grow, right? And so this is one of those things where we have to like get over that sort of like logical fallacy of thinking of buying a good versus buying an asset or moving capital into an asset, right? The other is that we like to buy things at the top. So if you look at, say, Hex, something a lot of us are familiar with, or again, these Bitcoin, when you don't get value out of buying something that's already expensive, that's done well, we feel comfort in that. That's not what you want. What you want, again, is that area under the curve. So if you look at who made the most money, who made the 10,000x of Hex, it wasn't the people who were first, it were the people who DCA'd in and caught the bottom. So the people, like we get this a little mixed up. You want to buy the most inexpensive thing you can with the most upside. So when we get like down about pricing, oh, the price is lower than my last buy-in, you want that opportunity. You have to buy things cheaper to be able to make more. And there's two sides. One, obviously you have that upside. The other is that you also start to minimize the downside, right? So if you're buying in, say, the middle of the next bull run, the next cycle, is there room to go up? Sure. There's also room to go down. Like we saw a lot of this, again, in the slack cycle, depending on just what assets you're in. As the FOMO comes in, you get excited, you see it go up and you do see the upward movement, but again, it can go back down. Whereas now you see so many of these assets are super depressed, whether, again, it be anything in our ecosystem or across the board, you see these things are depressed. That's when you buy. You don't want to look at this as a good and buy a nice thing and all that my chart looks good and you feel emotionally attached to it. That's not how these things work. You need to buy things so you get that area under the curve. Like you're looking for upside, growth, potential, earnings, yield, green candles. Like that's what we're after. So those are the couple of things I think we should kind of like re-look at. But I think a big one is just for people's, like if you want the one-liner, you're not buying a good, you're buying an asset, you're buying an investment, you're buying upside. That's what you're looking for. So don't be trying to buy shiny things because they look pretty or because the chart's good. That's not what makes it a good investment. Upside, the rest of these things and getting growth and gain and having that potential for green candles. That's where the value is at, boys.